Another one for Tommy Boy. Another one for the world. Another one for the listeners. And maybe.
Welcome back to the Third Lake Podcast. This episode is the Thanksgiving podcast. Happy Thanksgiving. As always, I got Dan and Dunny with me. How you doing? How you been, fellas?
What
Hey guys.
up? This is the week of football that we always wait for, but we never want to really get here. Final week of college football. After this, we got to talk about basketball a lot. Good night.
Got a couple weeks of playoffs. You know,
That's true.
bigger
That's
the
true.
bigger playoff bracket saved us a little bit, added a couple weeks for us. Uh, but yeah, this is the the moment in the college football season where um, Michigan is going to either win or lose and determine our entire season. Whether we had a good one before this or we did what we did and had this big winning streak leading up to us having a chance to get to the playoffs, this week determines pretty much everything as a Michigan fan.
Yeah. How you guys feeling about it? What do you think? What do you think's gonna happen?
The o-
Y-
the
It,
biggest the biggest thing for me is that we looked the best last week. You know what I mean? Usually with this caliber team, or what people even the spread shows for us, you would imagine, like we did in the previous weeks, have a couple turnovers, say we needed to work on things, improve. But last week we played a very, very solid game offensively and defensively, and we still were down people. We're going to have a running back, um, and we just look like we're trending upwards. And Ohio State has, not going to say stayed the same, but they have just played consistent ball. They haven't blown anyone out in the last few weeks. They're playing good ball until the fourth quarter and pulling ahead. So it's going to be one of those years where we have to play defense and keep this game under 20, 24. Like we can't expect Underwood to go out and have to put up 30 points to beat this Ohio State team in the cold weather in Michigan. It might snow. So it's going to be one of those defensive battles that we have to make turnovers, create three and outs, and win it in the trenches.
yeah, and I kind of alluded to it last week on the podcast. Like this year's Michigan team so far hasn't really taken the strides towards blowing people out and getting that groove going before the Ohio State game, kind of like what we did last year. So it was really nice to see what we did last week, putting up 45. Not a crazy blowout. 25 points, I think, is what the end spread ended up being. But it's always nice to see you get grooving a little bit before you play your tough dogs. Um, it'll be interesting to see. Do you guys know if Ohio State's receivers are in fact playing this week? I know there was some rumors of they might not be.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm
I
not
was I was
100% sure,
wondering.
but I'd be surprised if both of them were out.
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna get that lucky.
Right.
Okay, 5 hours ago, Jeremiah Smith said he's good to go. So
Okay. All right.
let's see about Carnell Tate. I don't know, but I was glad last week we were throwing the ball. I think I told you guys last week, 2 weeks ago. That's all I wanted to see was 100 passes. We didn't get to 100. We didn't get 25, but the 23 we did throw were pretty good. Um, so I'm hoping we can make plays when we need to. Uh, you know,
I
that's my
think I
biggest
think
worry.
Marsh is going to be our guy. Like he just looks good. He looks like he's just getting better and better every week, and it's kind of he's going to be one of those guys like everyone's going to have off-season anticipations for his next year. What he's going to do next year, his run, he's going to be one of those front leader wide receivers that people are looking towards, along with Underwood having his second year under his belt. But over the last like 3 weeks, he has been our playmaker. Any long ball, we had McCulley on over the middle. He's had a couple good catches. He's made a couple good plays. He's got the speed, but it kind of transitioned from McCulley to Marsh a couple weeks ago. And
Yep.
we kind of know he's our guy. He's the dude. He's our 50-50 guy if shit hits the fan, or if we got a one-on-one ball that we like the cornerback over. So hopefully we give him the opportunities to make big plays, because I'm not 100% sure if we're going to be able to just run the ball like we have the previous years. And I'm not saying we're not going to be able to move the ball on the ground, but I don't think we're going to be bully balling like we did the last couple of years and have a 65, a 70-yard run, a 45-yard run. That's not something you want to rely on and expect on. So hopefully the weather, I don't want to say hopefully the weather's good or whether it's bad. Hopefully whatever the weather is helps us.
For sure. And ultimately, like, this game comes down to trenches. Can you control the trenches, and can you win the turnover the ball game? Like, if we're -2 in the turnovers, I think it's going to be a rough game. But if we're +2 in the turnovers, it's going to be close, and we got a chance to win. Ultimately, can we run the ball like we have been against every other team? Probably not. But I think if we start to see a little bit more QB dynamacy, give him that read option, but don't make it an RPO. Just read the end. You're either given or you're taken off. Get as many yards as you can and get down. This is your one game.
That's the question. Have we been waiting? Like, because you've seen signs of it, and every time he does, it's like, okay, that obviously makes sense. He's very capable. When you have a younger quarterback that is super athletic, you would rely on his athleticism rather than reading the defense. So you would want to give him ample amount of opportunities to be able to use his athleticism. That's what happens with, freshman, sophomore quarterbacks. If they have the opportunity to, they run a little bit more than the junior seniors that are preparing for the NFL, because you're not going to run it in the NFL like you would in college, when you can. So we would like to see him do it, but is that the plan, or are we going to run them 5 times? You know what I mean? And 2 or 3 of those are scramble runs. Like, we need design runs and not on 3rd and 15 or 3rd and 12, like the obvious QB draw situations. We need them in 2nd and 3rd downs, being able to pull the ball or read one guy, like you're saying, and be able to make a decision as an athlete. And whether he gives it and makes the correct decision, that's still a good run. One guy's out of the picture, or he bites down and you can pull and use one of the best athletic quarterbacks in the game to be able to get you 3, 4, 5 yards. Like, we have to be able to use him and just make sure that the defense is reading more than just our man-on-man or zone scheme. So that just adds so much to the defense. Adding one guy that, even if you have a guy for him, he can beat you, as in breaking the tackle, stiff arm, getting past you. He has speed. He's athletic. He's ran the ball the last 4 years. He was a runner, great passer. You know what I mean? So it's just like, and we know he can do it. And when Sharon wasn't calling, he had more runs.
You're right. 110%.
Big Dog said that was Batman. He's got so much faith in him that, you would just wish that the rest or whoever else is calling the plays or drawing out the plays in the scheme, that, like, you just add Underwood to it, even if it's 10% more, 15% more. Like, we just need more opportunities for the kid.
Yeah. What I'm hoping for is we just see somebody else step up. Like, I know Marsh is our guy right now, but Ohio State's going to read that too. So he's not going to be.
Which means if there's a safety over top, the middle of the field's open. Our tight ends have to go crazy this game. If they're actually going to draw that and have anyone sinking in or sitting inside of the hashes all game, then you get the one-on-ones, the Marsh, or, you know what I mean? You have to make sure that whatever they do, you can counter it. And if you're going to rely on Marsh, you can, until they put that safety over top, and then it's tight end all day. And we have 2, 3 capable tight ends to be able to. We don't want you to score. We need you to get these 7 yards. That's going to be there every time. Every time we see him bracketing Marsh, this spot will be open, guaranteed. And if there's a tight end sitting, or if there's a linebacker sitting back, then we have numbers to run. Like, it's part of the scheme. Whatever you see, you can run. You have ample amount of time, So hopefully they get that Marsh connection going to make that a thing, because it won't be a trifecta thing until Marsh gets that ball and makes it for the defense coordinator to put that safety over top and bracket. So hopefully that's a thing. Hopefully they're super worried about it or anal about it, and they don't stuff the box. And hopefully we can get the run game going.
Yeah.
It's a lot of ifs and hopes, but
Yeah. I'm just really hoping we have somebody step up outside of Marsh, because I'm looking for me personally. I think we're going to need somebody like, I can't remember the kid's name. He transferred out when we played Michigan State, and we had this no name. I think his last name was Anthony.
Anthony. Yep.
Yeah. We had
went to
Andrell Anthony. Right?
Texas.
Yeah. He comes up with 3 touchdowns and 150 yards out of nowhere. Never heard of the kid. Never heard from him again the rest of the season, really. But like, that's what we're going to need, I think, to win this game.
Still a
too.
Michigan legend in my book.
Oh yeah, for sure. But
that's all you need. One game.
Need someone like that.
If you look at like how we've won the last few years, right, dating back this 4-year win streak that we're on, we have that one big play, whether it be off of a trick play or JJ finding Anthony, and him busting it for a big play, busted coverage almost, or a missed tackle, I guess, from Ohio State. Can we execute when the play is called? This is the game where we're not afraid to pull the rabbit out of the hat or try to. Lately,
yeah, there's nothing to lose in this game. Like, worst case, we're ending up in the same situation we were last year, which that sucks. But that's kind of what the season expectation was.
We're above and beyond expectation, but we always expect to win Ohio State.
Yeah,
we could have won no games up to this point, and we're still everything leads to this game. But we've had such a good run, big win streak. You've seen us just get better and better. So there's even more of an expectation for us to like play this number 1 Ohio State team in the big house good.
Do you guys know if Justice Haynes is going to suit up? I've heard some rumors that he's talking about like he is, but I haven't.
I heard Marshall's good to go, but I don't think Haynes is going.
I don't think Haynes is going either. That's what I thought, but
I know Bredson said he's going to try and play too.
Of course. I mean, he's going to get a morphine shot and whatever he needs. He would never miss this game. He would cut his own cast off.
It's because
do a handstand.
Haynes had surgery on the 2nd, so it's hard to say.
Right. 3 weeks recovery.
What did you have done? Did you have that? If you had the Tua, tighten whatever they did to Tua's leg, and then he came back and was fucking slinging 2 weeks later, maybe. But I don't think that was the injury.
For sure.
I'm not 100% sure on his specific injury.
I don't know.
It's also at the same time, like if he's not coming back 100% healthy, and you got Marshall healthy. Is it worth? Is he going to be able to come in and execute like he needs to?
Right.
I don't know.
And if you're questionable to even go in, if we beat Ohio State, we're going to the playoffs. You got 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Then you will be a lot more healthy. Be able to help us out a lot more than 6 carries and you tweak again for the out for the year. We'll see you next year.
Jordan Marshall confirms he will play Saturday. Okay, perfect. I hadn't seen that, so that's awesome.
Come on, you don't trust my intel or what?
No, I'm just making sure.
That's crazy. Buddy's out here fucking.
Okay, I'm just curious your guys' thoughts here. 2 scenarios, right? Let's say we win Sharon Moore next year. There ain't no questions. We lose. I think there's a lot more expectation on what he needs to do next year to prove he's the head coach of the future.
If we win the bowl game and go 11-3 or 10-3, I mean, Harbaugh did that 4 years in a row before he got a championship.
Well, I'm saying he does that. Let's say
he didn't beat Ohio State.
We finished 10-3. I think next year your leash is short, in my opinion.
It all depends, I think, on what we look like.
If he goes before our most paid quarterback ever goes, then that would be insane. Bringing another quarterback or a coach in and being like, all right, you have Bryce Underwood that we just, had for the last 2 years and spent this much money on. this is the final year before you go to the league. Good luck.
Right.
And Harbaugh had 10 win seasons without beating Ohio State.
I
yeah,
think
but
you got to
Harbaugh
look at
was
where
also
we.
very hot seat.
Yeah, but you got to
before
look
that.
at where we were.
I know,
before
but he still
Harbaugh came
went.
in.
Yeah.
And
And he
I,
took a pay cut
Yeah,
and everything like that. Like,
I
I think
mean,
next year, if
Sharon
ahead.
did not inherit it either. We had a 6-win team, but he beat Ohio State. That saves your year. Chalk.
Mhm.
You get another year. We win this week, you're chalked. You go to the next year. You're good. And he's had it'll be a 10-win if we win the bowl game where we beat Ohio State. We could have 11-3 or whatever if we lose the first round or whatever.
we beat Ohio
Right.
State. We could be playing for a natty in 2 months.
It's true.
Right, but you just asked if he
I
loses
know.
this game if he's on the way out. You know what I mean? So it's like that's just the way it is in big boy ball. You have the most expectations. If you don't beat your rival and you don't go to the playoffs, you're always on the hot seat. You have 50% of your fan base that's going to be loyal and 50% that says, get the fuck out, let's try another one. That's just
Mhm.
how it is. So it wouldn't surprise me if he's on the hot seat in the media, but as fans, like we know this shit happens. You're not going to win every year. We had Harbaugh that's doing great and has done great in the NFL, and it still took him 5 years to beat Ohio State, get your ass kicked by Georgia, lose to TCU, then win it, and now he's our god, and he gets to go out the door. But we're not going to give Sharon the same benefit, or even a couple years. You know what I mean? And he was supposed to be the GOAT. You know what I mean? And Sharon was just the inside guy that we gave to after him. He was already on the staff. We didn't go out and just pay some superstar coach to come in to have Michigan and take over. He kept the same mentality, regime, play style, everything, and just shifted it. So that whole culture that Harbaugh had would end here, and it would start a new coach that would bring in a whole new culture. So that's where, like, I don't know if Michigan's over the Harbaugh-esque style, but if they are, that's the only way he'd be on the super hot seat and on the way out the door, I feel like.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I didn't love Sharon. I still don't. But if he gets the job done versus Michigan State, Ohio State,
Yeah.
what am I supposed to say? It's really
Right,
hard
yeah,
for me. I've had too many bad years where I already feel I'm in luxury in the last 4 years. And we've not only, but we have won one chip. But I've still felt like a god as a Michigan fan in the last 4 years. You give me that, I'm not going to say nothing about you. Oklahoma was a tough team. I'm not going to give you shit. You bounce back. We won nine games. Beat Ohio State. We're Gucci. You get like 3 years if you back to back them and you're not supposed to. You're a 10-point dog 2 years in a row. 20-point dog, 10-point dog. You win back to back years. You're good for 2 or 3. Figure it out. Especially when you're a 10. That's just you would just have to hate them that much. And I don't
And he's
think the
recruiting the
whole
hell out of the high school game. Like, he is bringing in superstars. Kids want to come here. He's building a better culture. He's continuing what Harbaugh started. I think he's got some leash on him, Dan. I just think the only way he would be on the real hot seat if we lost this week and then had
40
a
nothing.
down season next year. Yeah, if we get belt to ass this week and then
We
next
lose
year,
Ohio State next year, like that's all fair game.
right?
But
Well,
putting
I mean,
him
that's
putting him on the hot seat at the end of this year would be tough. But next year, you even lose 1 or 2 in that first 4, it's like, all right, here we go again.
mhm.
We got to have a
yeah.
massive comeback, and the whole thing relies on Ohio State. Where Ohio State wins all fucking year, no matter what. If they win or lose this game, they're going to the playoffs. That's the situation Michigan wants to be in. So
The
it's like I
The
get.
one saving grace is that Sharon Moore tends to show up big in big games for coaching. His players
I was going to
play
say
for him.
we need defense.
And Ryan Day is the exact opposite. So
Yeah. Well,
let's see what happens.
he's that quiet dude just watching around as his whole team's going to shambles. There's a flag planted in the middle of his field. Jack Sawyer's crying. He's just yeah, there's a big difference.
For sure.
Yeah, no, what I
All
was
I'm
trying to get at
saying
was
is if you're going to this game, you better be as loud as possible and your ass better not hit the seat until it's fucking TV timeout.
I think the weather does favor Michigan. It gives us a little bit more even playing field because Ohio State tends to be pretty boys. Let's be honest about it. Okay,
Soft,
they don't want none of
soft.
this.
We've just schemed well against them. It's like if we don't get burnt with not necessarily trick plays, but counter
Mm-hmm.
plays compared to
Yep.
what we've done all year. And we won 13-10. Like sometimes we can't score more than 13. Our defense has to fucking show up. We have
Right.
to have less than 20, less than 17 kind of style game for us to have a chance. Obviously, in the last 4, it hasn't always been like that, but if there's bad weather, we have a freshman quarterback. We're gonna rely on a somewhat hurt Marshall and then another very inexperienced running back and a pretty inexperienced line. We're gonna expect them to play number 1 Ohio State and not turn the ball over.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So
Weather on time of kickoff, 30 degrees feels like 22.
no precipitation.
No precipitation.
We'll take it. We eat the cold. Team up north. The
Amen.
team
to
up
that.
north for a reason.
Own it. Own it.
Yeah. We love
All
the
right.
cold. We ain't scared of that shit.
Other big rivalry games this week. The Iron Bowl. Bama going into Auburn. What do you guys think on this one?
every time I think about this game, I am an Alabama fan after a Michigan fan. I have been for the past 15 years, so I ain't no bandwagoner. But all I think about every time this game comes around is the fucking kick six when Saban's dumbass subbed out McCarron as the holder and put in the punter because McCarron was usually the holder, and that motherfucker returned it all the way. If McCarron was in the game, he makes that tackle. And I think about it every year this week on how that just devastated me as a kid. Fucking still pisses me off. And that's all I think about.
That's one of the craziest. That is probably the craziest play in college football history.
Top 3 for sure finishes of all time.
Yeah, Michigan's punt is up there probably too.
Michigan's punt, the band is on the field, and the kick six.
The band is on the field. It's got to be number 1 because that shit just would not fly nowadays.
That's crazy.
That shit would not fly nowadays, bro. Like
It's crazy.
the fact that it happened, and they're like, "Fuck it, we're going home."
Right.
Like, we're getting our money.
Game's
We're going
over,
home. The
fuck it.
refs like, "Fuck it, dude. The band's on the field. What are we gonna do now?"
We can't get all these fuckers back in the stadium.
Yeah, GG.
Yeah,
Fuck,
I mean,
we're on camera.
I think the game itself, though, I mean, Alabama should win. It shouldn't even be fucking close, but it's going to be close.
I've
And
seen a lot
Alabama,
of people say. I've seen a lot of people saying that this game is ranked over the game.
Oh, hail to the no.
I swear to God. And their reason is that people get killed over this game. Like people get shot and killed over this game. And the game, it doesn't happen. Like I swear to God. I'm like, how is that a reason?
yeah, it's crazy. That's crazy. But yeah, I mean, I think it'll be a good game. It's always a good game. The rivalries are always a good game. But Alabama needs to win to keep their playoff hope alive. So,
Yeah.
and
They're 6.5 point favorites, but they're in Auburn. It's gonna
See,
be crazy
The
in there.
whole people die over this game. That's just natural selection. Like
That's what I'm saying. It's just the dummies down south.
like,
Come on.
alcohol. That's too much alcohol and way too few of brain cells.
Stay off the weed.
yeah,
They're tripping.
Another
we also
big
got
game.
Texas,
Oh, go
Texas A&M.
Texas A&M. Yikes! 1.5 point favorites for the Aggies going into old Texas here. Arch is on his Heisman train. It looks like trying. If he wins this game against Marshall Reed, he makes a good fight for it. But what do you guys think?
Are you talking about the game or about Arch's Heisman chance? Because
Game. We know what you think about Arch's Heisman chances. Okay, we don't need to hear that for the 18th
all right,
time.
all right. No, I think
I
I
digress.
don't. Yeah, I don't. I think Texas A&M beats the shit out of them. I'm sorry. I just.
Oh,
don't.
you think the Aggies win, huh?
I do. I don't like. No, I just don't see it from Texas. I don't.
They kind of got manhandled last week
Yeah, they got destroyed last
or
week
2
by
weeks
Georgia.
ago.
Yeah, by Georgia, and they played not great. I mean, they let up 37 from Arkansas. That's tough. So, and looking at their games, like their last couple games, they got smoked by Georgia, almost lost to Mississippi State. They probably shouldn't have beat Vanderbilt. They barely beat Kentucky in overtime, which is crazy because Kentucky sucks.
They've let up 30 straight points the last 4 games. 38, 31, 35, 37.
And we know
That
this
ain't gonna
A&M
cut
team
it
can
versus
fucking
A&M.
score.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, motherfuckers were
as
down
long
30 and still won at halftime.
yes, as long as they don't pull that again, because
Texas
I
might
think
not
that's
score 30 though.
well,
I
that's
know
what
the
I'm saying. I
over
think-
under is 53.5. It's not
Yeah.
terrible, but I don't see Texas putting up that much.
No.
And their
So-
defense, like I said, last 4 weeks have given up 30, so A&M might have a fucking field day. It's in Texas, yada yada yada. Their offense is just that much better against this shit defense. If it was a good offense versus a good defense, maybe. But A&M has a better defense. So it's going to be a decent offense from Texas versus a good defense. It's going to have to be turnovers or Texas being able to turn it around in a week or 2.
For sure. Most definitely. Georgia versus Georgia Tech in-state rivalry.
I'm over Georgia Tech. Get them the fuck out of my face, dude. I'm done talking about them. We're so far in. I'm so far on Dan's side. Like, fuck Haynes King. Fuck Georgia Tech.
Haynes
They're
still scored last
trash. Their
week. They are
defense is
trash. They
dog
were
shit a
frauds.
kiss. They're frauds. Georgia wipes them.
Yeah, I think
Wipes.
the only thing for Georgia Tech, if you could remove Haynes King from that team, they're probably fucking 1-10. So if anybody
Yeah.
should really win the Heisman, it's probably him.
If
But
there's
it's
an
not gonna happen.
MVP, maybe. But
Yeah.
Heisman is just the best player in college football.
So
The MVP it's Haynes.
Yep.
we got Arizona State.
I mean, this week is just so chock full of like in-state rivalries and rivalry games. It's ridiculous.
The
I don't
Friday
really
slate's
know
nasty.
the Friday slate.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mississippi State, Utah,
We
Kansas,
got
Is
Georgia
Lane Kiffin gonna
Tech,
be Ole Miss's coach after this week?
Arizona State.
where would
Holy
he go?
shit,
LSU?
Friday's stacked.
Yeah, Friday's sick, bro.
I don't know. You go 11-1, you're gonna go to the playoffs, or you're gonna leave.
That-
Like he's making
apparently
them
Ole Miss
leave.
Gave him an ultimatum.
Yeah, so you're making them say to your team that I'm leaving after this year, but you guys are gonna go to the playoffs almost regardless, as long as you beat a 5-6 Mississippi State team.
Right. And Dan, I think he would go to LSU if he.
No, he said it was after, after this game. Like he has till
If
Sunday.
I'm- Okay.
That's
if you guys are-
crazy.
If you guys are Lane Kiffin, you know you're a good football coach. Where's your like grail? Like where are you staying? Like if you get the job, where are you staying?
Alabama, LSU.
I think Bama is his like dream job,
Yeah.
being from the Saban tree. But I
Mhm.
think he would go to LSU.
Yeah, Alabama, LSU.
He goes
That's
to
about
LSU.
it.
or
That's
leaves.
actually probably about it, unless he
I
has
think
some
those
like
are
love
1A,
that we don't know.
1B team
Yeah.
or college programs in the nation. You know.
Okay.
Especially
Okay.
NIL recruitment and like
Yeah.
being able to flip the like if you see one of those programs on a halfway down, like being able to be the guy to turn it around and have that entire one of the biggest fan bases ever, it's kind of a no-brainer
Yeah.
if the opportunity arises. Like
Okay.
Alabama could lose this week, and DeBoer could be on the hot seat because he's gonna
He was
miss
at
the
the beginning of the
playoffs.
season. We were
He's
talking
gonna miss
shit.
the playoffs now. So it'd be the same thing as losing week 1. He still misses the playoffs like we thought after he lost to Florida State. It'd be the same scenario, but
Mhm.
it would just be you had your hopes up. and then you got crushed. I'm surprised that it's only 6.5. I don't think Auburn's that good. I'm not saying it's not going to happen.
No, yeah,
Maybe
I just
maybe
think,
I do have Bama minus 6.5 in my card, but I'm not
well, I
saying
mean,
it's not.
you look at all of Auburn's games this season. They lost to Georgia by 10. They lost to Auburn by 7. They lost to Missouri by 6. They lost to Texas A&M by 6. They lost to Oklahoma by 7. Like, they've barely lost games. So
They're
they
the
could
best
easily.
bad football team.
I mean, South Carolina's in that boat too. South Carolina's
Best
fucking
re-
good, but they
yeah.
keep losing close games.
The word and Duke. Put Duke in there too.
Yeah, Duke in there too. Yeah, like
Duke. Put Duke in there.
Hold
That-
on. What was it that we said last week? Auburn's not a 5-win team. They just have 6 losses, something like that.
they've just.
They're not a 6-loss team. They just have 6 losses.
I
They
said the
just
Eagles
lost
were.
6 times.
The Eagles aren't a 7-win team. They just won 7 times.
Right, that's true. Yeah.
That's crazy. That's crazy word.
All right.
All
Well,
right.
last week I went 2-3. We moved to 33 and 39 on the season. How'd you guys do?
I'm just going to recap all my picks from everything last week because I don't want to talk about it again.
right.
But
Go
for
I
for
respect that.
for college football, 1-3, NHL 0-3, NFL 1-2, 2-8 on my picks. I'm great. Buy my picks at Only Dan's. That's all I got.
Only dance. I went 2-1 last week.
Attaboy. At least
Georgia
someone
Tech
had it agreeing.
2.5. Fucked 'em.
Somebody won money. It wasn't me.
I took Georgia Tech minus 2.5. They lost outright. No worries,
Yeah, it's all good. It's all good.
dude. Seeing that in the first like quarter and a half, I'm like,
Ruh-roh.
Ruh-roh, Raggy.
I've got 6 plays this week,
Sheesh.
plus 2 parlays,
Holy
plus
shit, he's
our
got some.
parlay. So
He's got some troops stomping.
Goddamn.
you just hit the green check mark and deposits. It's like it's free money. Let's see here. Where did I start here? Okay, Ole Miss -7 against Mississippi State. Lane Kiffin's on the hot seat. I think he wins this game and tells everyone to fuck off. I'm staying in Mississippi. Mississippi State, I think it's Kyle Field. That's where they play. That's a tough place, but Ole Miss, if they want to win or if they want to be in the CFP, they need to win this game, and I think they do it handedly. Pittsburgh +6.5
Old Pitt, huh?
against the Miami, Florida Hurricanes. This is potentially to go to the ACC championship. Miami has kind of been on fraud alert a little bit. Pittsburgh is at home. It's cold weather. Can Carson Beck control the football or not? He hasn't lately. I'm going to sprinkle a little bit on the money line too. I think Pitt might actually upset them. The Gamecocks, South Carolina -3.5 against Clemson. Clemson is fraud. We know this. Dan's talked about it at length to exhaustion. South Carolina might be the best bad team in the country with Auburn. Fourth play here, Oregon -6.5 against Washington. Washington has been struggling as of late, and Oregon finally got things sparked a little bit last week against USC. I look for them to rout Washington. Oklahoma -10.5 against LSU. LSU might be a bigger fraud than Clemson. And
Another
Oklahoma,
Danny call.
right? Oklahoma, John Mateer's finally getting healthy. The defense can be real, and LSU only scored 13 points against Western Kentucky last week.
That's disgusting.
That is disgusting.
They need
In
to
my
fix-
last play, you guys know I'm going to be on it. They keep coming through. North Texas -19.5 versus Temple.
Yep, they score points.
The over-under is 65.5, and I think North Texas might again put up 40. We lost Dan.
We lost that, but that's okay. That's okay.
He got tired.
I
of
got to
hearing
get through
what I
my
had to say.
picks. He said, hell to the no. I got 3 simple picks.
Okay.
All my energy's on Michigan this week, so I'm not too worried about other games or the troops. We're gonna settle in. I got Michigan plus 9.5 / money line sprinkle, of course. And Bama minus 6.5 versus Auburn. I think they get it done. I know Auburn has had close games, but they've lost plenty by 7. I think Bama can do the same. Vanderbilt plus 3.5 versus Tennessee. I think Pavia either wins this game outright or it's a close down to the end type of game. They put up a lot of points even when they trail. They do tend to come back. They put up points. They're relentless. Pavia is one of their leading rushers. Plus, he puts up 250 and a couple TDs. So plus 3.5 for Vanderbilt versus Tennessee as Dan pops back in.
Perfect timing. Dan, you missed it. He's on Michigan, Bama to cover, and
Is it my pick?
Vanderbilt to cover.
Great time for me to come back in.
Yep.
Perfect.
Lock in, Dan. Lock in. Uh-oh.
He's like, shit.
All right, guys. I'm gonna have really good picks this week. So we're gonna take ECU minus 2.5. Am I still spotty, boys? I feel
No,
like
you're
I'm
good.
still spotty.
Voice is all good. Voice is all good. That's all that matters. You're not chopping.
Okay. ECU minus 2.5. They let me down last week, but I think this week we're coming back. One sec. Trying to scramble here. Okay, here we go. Georgia minus 13.5 over Georgia Tech. Georgia Tech sucks. Texas A&M minus 2.5 over Texas. Texas sucks. South Carolina minus 2.5. The best worst team in the nation. ECU is
Top
minus
3.
6.5. That's my bad. 6.5 on that one. And then North Texas minus 19.5.
Back on Dunny's
So, those are the
lay.
picks this week.
Thank
I
you,
love
B
it.
Rabbit.
I love it. B Rabbit. All right, little college football parlay for you. Teams that have to win to get in: Georgia money line, Oklahoma money line, Oregon to cover a field goal gets you to plus money, plus 105. Those are teams that I feel pretty confident in this week, and I'll put some cheddar on it. And then I also built Dan's fraud parlay. Georgia
like it.
minus 13.5, Oklahoma minus 10.5, in South Carolina minus 2.5, plus 572. They're the 3 teams playing the biggest 3 frauds that Dan has talked about all season long. If you want to get real spicy, you can throw in Oklahoma State plus 14.5 against Iowa State this week. But Oklahoma State might actually be the worst team in
They are
Big
the
Five,
worst. They're the
so-
worst Big 5 team I've ever
They
seen.
might have the best fan base though, because I love the dudes in the stands just ripping their shirts off.
Well, they
Everybody-
got
When you
nothing
get
else to
that
do but
bad,
get
dude.
blackout because their football team is bad.
Yeah, they drunk.
But that is plus 572. So throw a little cheddar on that and watch the frauds actually go down and be fraudulent.
That'd be a good way to end the season. The frauds go down plus 550.
Can't beat it.
All right, well, we're rolling one episode. Let's roll right into the NFL.
Before we get too far, we also have the Third Leg Podcast parlay.
Yeah, what am I talking about?
Plus
Hold the
1160 this
phone.
week. I'm on North Texas minus 19.5.
I took Georgia minus 13.5.
I think I took Bama minus 6.5.
Ole Miss minus 7.5.
Mine, Ole Miss minus 7.5. I'm tripping.
Yep. And then Michigan was our leg altogether.
Obvious plus 9.5. What did that move from? That's what I was curious. I thought
It's
I
actually
seen it.
up to plus 10.5 now.
Is it?
Mm-hmm,
What did it open at?
That's a good
I
question.
feel like it's been moving. I thought I seen it at almost. Half. It opened at
Before,
11.5. It's at 9.5, or at least that's what this book's at.
Okay.
I'm gonna say I thought it was a 12 point. It's moved to a 10 point. So maybe that's weather cold related because the spread's only 43.5. So books
Yep.
don't think this is gonna be a high scoring game.
For sure.
Before we move on to the NFL, college football playoff bracket, what do you guys think about it? You guys okay with who we got ranked in the top 12?
I don't think it matters until this week. I think there's too much on the line in this week that it's not too much to stress about because shit's gonna figure itself out by next Sunday.
Most definitely. Like we talked about last week in the groups of 4, right? Like this week is going to make those groups of 4 change so much that it's almost worthless to look at right now, because you could have a team that's in the 20s that plays a close game or beats a team that they're not supposed to and jumps up in 3 quadrants, and is in the top 12. So
Yeah, I was really just looking at it like if Michigan wins, I think you got to give them a spot. But who?
I mean, they got to be over Texas, right? They would have the same record if Texas
they're
wins.
already over Texas.
Agreed.
So
But
that's what I'm
That's
saying.
saying Texas beating A&M.
A&M, right?
What if
Oh.
Michigan beats Ohio State?
That's what
Right.
I'm saying.
Neither
They
of
have
us
a common
go.
opponent.
Neither of us go, but we beat Ohio State. They didn't. Same amount of.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean,
I would just be surprised if a team in the top 15 that has only lost 2 games beats the number 1 team at the very last game of the year and doesn't be a top 12 team. You only have to jump 3 places. You just beat number 1. I know that's not exactly how it goes, but inevitably you're not one of the top 12 teams,
Right.
especially after the win streak and then beating the number 1 team.
I mean, if
I
I'm
agree.
looking at it, if we win, I think Alabama's out.
I would have to agree.
Same thing with Texas. Like if Texas wins, I think Alabama could be out. I don't know. Because I think Miami,
I don't trust them.
I'm already saying Miami's out because whoever wins the ACC gets Miami's spot.
Agreed.
So it don't really matter at that point. Tulane, that's just going to be an auto bid from someone, so we can't take that spot.
Tulane or JMU, one of those teams go.
Yeah, we can't. That spot's taken. So assuming everybody wins this week, we win, Texas wins, I think we get in over Texas, I'm assuming, and Alabama's out. That's my thought. I don't know. That's really all I was wondering was whose spot do we take? Notre Dame's locked in. They're not moving.
Texas Tech and BYU both get in then?
I mean, could you make the case that if Texas beats Texas A&M and Michigan beats Ohio State, that Notre Dame and Bama are out?
Notre Dame's in.
Notre Dame lost to Texas A&M, and Texas beat Texas A&M, and they have the same record.
Yeah, I don't know.
They lost by 1 point to A&M and 3 points to Miami the first 2 games of the year and won 9 straight.
I think
they don't get a chance. I'd be surprised if they didn't.
Those games.
No, I get it, but I think if Notre Dame replays those games now, Notre Dame wins. I'm honest. I think Notre Dame's.
Does the eye test count? Like it doesn't go off record?
For sure. The eye test does come into effect.
That's why FSU didn't get to go in. If we went straight off a record, FSU would have went to the playoffs, even with their quarterback out a couple years back.
Yeah.
I think so. The eye test does matter.
I think you can tell the people, whoever's doing the college football, they are watching football. Like these are good teams outside. I'm not saying Tulane's not a good team, but Tulane just doesn't belong.
They have to be there.
They have to be there. Miami, you're hoping they win the ACC, but it's kind of a long shot if they even make the ACC championship right now. Like a lot of shit has to go right for them next week.
The dumbest thing is that Tulane has to be there. They already lost 45-10 to Ole Miss. They also lost the UTSA. So their 2 losses versus Michigan 2 loss. Notre Dame has some of the toughest 2 loss, and then you win every game after. Doesn't matter. It's like we lost by 3 to A&M, undefeated, one of the Heisman finalists. They're guaranteed locks, and like you know what I mean. So
I just want to see North Texas.
I don't even want to like get any feels about it until this week's over because it doesn't matter.
For sure.
All right.
know,
For sure.
but
If
Moving
you do want to
on.
make a big futures parlay, I did North Texas to win the AAC, Ohio State to win the Big Ten, Georgia to win the SEC, and Jalen Duren to win the most improved player of the NBA, plus 2151. $25 on it right now, pays 571, and this could be something where you just watch the cash out option grow as the season goes on, because you're not going to get paid out till the end of the season, NBA, which is fucking July. So
still good investment. 25.
Amen.
You think Indiana's losing to Ohio State in the Big Ten championship game if they're both there?
Yeah.
What do you think the spread would be?
Ohio State minus 4.5. I could probably tell you right now. They probably already have it.
If they
tell
already
me.
have it, I'm gonna call the fucking number.
I might have to take
Why
out
would they
a loan
have
on my
this?
house.
Indiana, Ohio State minus 5.5. Ohio State
Yeah, give me the
Oh, you want the plus 6.5? Put me
plus
mortgage on it?
190. Indiana.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy. Plus 5.5, but it's only plus 190.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Folks are cooking.
Pull out the house payment.
Big facts. All right, let's roll into NFL. We got Thanksgiving Day football tomorrow. Why does it start at 1 instead of 12? I thought we always played at 12. What's going on
Bro,
here?
it's always been noon or noon 30. It's never been.
I swear to
I
God.
thought that was kind of weird too. But
I told my wife that we're playing at noon. She's like, "You guys play at 1." I'm like, "All right." You're lying. We've
You're
always
wrong.
played at 12. And then I look at CBS. I'm like, "What the fuck?
Yeah.
I'm wrong again." Surprise, surprise.
you guys excited for the
Gibbs?
halftime show?
No. Last week, real quick, Gibbs. I mean, I said it last week. Whatever happens, just give the ball to Gibbs. What happens? 219,
Good
2 tutties.
things.
Just give it to Gibbs. If shit hits the fan, give it to Gibbs. If we target JMO 4 times and he doesn't get 1 catch, just give it to Gibbs. Just give it to Gibbs. Keep him on the field, just give it to Gibbs. It's like we forget about him sometimes. We give it to him and it's like 50 yard, 60 yard, 30 yard. Throw a pass to him, touchdown. It's just like get the ball to him however you can. I want them to treat him like Amon Ra. I want him to be a
Treat him
20.
like Christian McCaffrey.
Exactly.
Like,
I know we don't need to, but without Laporta, we might start needing to.
right.
No.
I mean, we didn't even talk about it yet, but we did get a big piece coming back. Frank the Tank is gonna man the center position for the rest of the season. That is huge.
That's after this week, though.
Yeah,
That's
after
fine.
this week. That's okay.
That's fine.
I wouldn't expect him to get back on the holidays like this. I mean, let him get another week under his belt.
You had a sense that something like this was going to happen when they kept that roster spot open, thinking like, okay, someone's going to unretire, whether it be Zadarius or Frank coming back, something like that. I'm just glad it's Frank, because the one thing we've struggled with all season is offensive line consistency and communication. When they communicate and they know their assignment, we look pretty good. Tate Ratledge actually looks like a quality offensive lineman. When he's trying to block Penei Sewell's back, he doesn't look like a quality offensive lineman. So like that doesn't look very good. And Frank will get that squared away. Even if Tate's out and now Glasgow scooches over to right guard, or Glasgow goes to
Please.
left guard because Mahogany's out now. It doesn't matter. The offensive line will be much better, and I think Goff is going to feel much more confident, which is going to be huge.
Puts a lot less on his shoulders too.
For sure.
Because he'll have, like he used to, a call out from the front and he gets to call out Mike and then call out the coverage. Rather, so he won't have to call out the line and have to worry about that for even 5 seconds.
Right.
He's
It
had
takes a little
someone that is
pressure
just
off
a
of him.
vet.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
It's like 2
I think
people
that-
reading the defense instead of 1,
Right.
and being able to call it out.
Yeah, and this is one thing I talked about week 1 after we fucking got our ass beat by the Packers. Our line sucked, looked like shit. It's sucked
yeah.
the whole season. So this is huge, and I think we need it too, especially with how well the other teams in our conference are playing. Us pulling out a game like we did against the Giants, we can't do that again. I mean, we should have beat the fucking Eagles 2 weeks ago. So we
Jameis
can't
Winston
afford.
though, 366 and 2 tutties. I mean, Andy had the catching touch.
And he looked like
Motherfucker.
Randy Moss out there.
Dude, what the fuck was that? Only against the Lions. Dan hit us with the text. What'd you say?
Dude, I said, what the fuck was that? I think.
Yeah,
That's
that's
what I
all
saw.
it was.
Like, no way.
That's
That's
All
all it was.
capitals. Like, no way.
I said, no fucking shot. No shot that happened. No, like, there's no way this guy caught a
I
pass
looked
stick
at
on
it
the
and
linebacker.
just put it down on my couch. I'm like, I can't respond to anyone. This
Oh, I think
motherfucker was looking like a prime Gronkowski out there.
Jameis is good for that though. You know, like he's gonna show up in games where you're like, well, you know, they have no chance. Oh,
Yeah, his
here's Jameis Winston
career
playing
is
like Florida State. Jameis
relying
Winston.
on it. His career is relying on it. It's just a 2-3 win team to you, but this is his next year's salary. That's how he plays. It's like the final preseason game for people on the fucking teetering line. I feel like he would obviously be a serviceable vet regardless, but it's like on a team that you actually might be able to play.
For sure. For sure. And Dan was talking about it, you know, like very beginning of the season, instead of Russell Wilson, Jameis probably should have been the guy they went with.
But you know,
Dart, though, looked really good when he came in, but now he's injured. So you don't really have a choice. You got to run Jameis out there. It's still Dart's team. It's going to be Dart's team next year. But it's okay if you tank a little bit, Giants. You can, you know, cool the Jets. Cam's going to come back. Neighbors is going to come back.
get a
Dart's gonna come
line,
back. Right.
get an offensive line, and maybe one more addition to the receiving core or tight end, whatever you want, and just bolster that offense, and you guys are good for the next 5. So you got to start
Amen
paying
to that.
motherfuckers.
Yep.
They'll be in
What?
like maybe situation that the Lions could be if you draft accordingly one more time. Because they
And
went
get a
nuts
head
last
coach.
year. You do that one more time, you have people cheap for the next 4 years.
Agreed.
Yeah.
What is going on with the Bills? They lose 23-19 against the Texans. Josh
They're
Allen looked like Superman 2 weeks ago and looked like fucking kryptonite last week.
They always play good against good
The
teams and play bad against bad teams.
the Texans have Allen's number though. I think he's 1-5 or 1-6 against him. He's never actually had a good game against the Texans. Their
Oh.
defensive scheme has always just been exactly what he can't handle. So other teams in the NFL, that's what they need to mirror. Whatever the Texans do to Josh Allen, everybody else needs to do it too.
Who's that? D'Amico Ryans, right?
Yeah, it's D'Amico Ryans, but I don't know if he's been there since. I don't know if since he's been there, they've just played Allen way better, or if it was before too. It was since D'Amico Ryans has been there, Allen hasn't done shit against the Texans.
Right.
They're playing the Texans. Count them out.
Okay.
It's always the turnover. Allen had 2 picks, no touchdowns, and Shakir had a fumble. They always lose because they turn the ball over. It's been the name of the game, especially with Josh Allen. He had a pretty clean year last year up until a point. But it's always when they lose or when they get upset or a big game that they lose, it's always because of turnovers. They don't have the 3-and-out blues throughout the game. They move the
Right.
ball and turn the ball over. So you're not gonna win games when your quarterback throws 2 picks, no tutties. The opposing quarterbacks throws 2 tutties. They have no fumbles or interceptions. You know, in a
Sure.
game where it's 19-23 in the NFL now, where you get the ball at the 35-yard line every time, only scoring 19 or 23 points isn't going to cut it for a contending team. Not saying either of these teams are or aren't, but regardless, that's not going to fly. You're not going to be able to do that 4 times and be able to win a chip. So I almost think it says more about Houston not turning the ball over and still only winning by 4.
Without
How-
Stroud,
That's true. But Davis Mills only throws for 153, but he doesn't turn the ball over. Or you
Their
have a
offense has struggled this
superstar,
season.
Superman over there compared to Davis Mills, but he throws 2 picks. He throws 100
Right.
yards more, but 2 picks. It's all about scoring points. That's how you win games.
For sure.
I've always
for
thought
sure.
the Bills' biggest issue is they don't surround Josh Allen with playmakers. Like you have Cook. Outside of that, I mean, you have Kincaid. Kincaid's a great tight end, but he's just not healthy. So you had Diggs. I don't know what was going on there. Something weird was going on there. But outside of that, he doesn't have anybody else besides himself. So he's always just trying to do too much.
For sure. And
And
even the running game hasn't been what it used to. Last week they did do well, but he has been the leading rusher for multiple games. Where you need James Cook to be doing something. He needs to average 75 and a tutty a game.
Yeah.
Josh Allen can't have like throw 3 touchdowns a game to be able to win or run 1, throw 2, whatever. I totally agree. I feel like they need to bolster their receiving core at some point. They can vest. You have one of the best quarterbacks ever. You know, I would actually say Josh Allen in the KC uniform, like imagine what he would do. You know what I mean? I feel like he could, or even Baltimore situation. I just feel like he's just not in the best system and so much is relied on him. My biggest worry is him getting injured, having to try to make a play or doing so much for his team because they don't have receivers. He runs the ball fucking 8, 9, 10 times a game. And that's not even design run. That's my shit receivers aren't open. I'm out of here. So hopefully, like almost every trade deadline, the Bills are like one of the teams like hopefully they go get that old vet. Hopefully they go get D-Hop or, that Julio or someone to just help them because they never have enough receivers or playmakers around Josh Allen. And if Cook isn't healthy and cooking, then it's a tough slate for him. And he gets put into situations where he'll say, fuck it, and throw the ball up and have bad picks because he just tries to make plays. It's hard to like get that away from someone who's always did it. He's been in the league for what, like 6 years? He's never they cannot get that out of him. And if you're
Yeah.
not going to put the talent around him, he's going to feel like he needs to make plays all the time.
Yeah.
Correct.
And
If they
I mean,
can- Go ahead, Dan.
I was just gonna say I feel like Lamar's kind of in the same spot. Like, I mean, they got
For
Henry
sure.
now. They got Mark Andrews. It's the same situation. He doesn't have anybody who can catch the fucking ball, so he tries to do everything himself. And they're both in the same
Imagine if
spot.
either of them have Xavier Worthy, Rashi Rice, like just these speed demons. I know Hollywood was all right, but guess where he's at? You know what I mean? Like they
Yeah.
just don't
Imagine
have the speed.
fuck the Chiefs. Imagine them on the Lions instead of Goff.
For sure. Or imagine Buffalo having JMO, St. Brown, and our
Yeah.
and Laporta. You know what I mean? It's just like imagine a great, one of the greatest quarterbacks having the weapons that we have. But Buffalo
Mhm.
hasn't been able to draft it.
Yeah.
They keep drafting decent quality talent, but it isn't the superstars, the guaranteed, they might break the salary cap when it's their time type players. Like they can't draft those type of guys. And we've drafted 3 or 4 in a class or 2.
Right.
Our biggest worry is paying the fuckers if we don't win soon enough. Where Buffalo is being able to save as much money as possible, pay Allen, pay Cook, defensive battle, but they have no receivers.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
because their defense isn't playing terrible.
Well, I think that's where they invest all their money is their defense. So
They also play in the worst division in football. Or not the worst division.
I was
NFC
going to say
South is still there.
the South is.
But the AFC East is historically bad.
South is crazy. The fact that 3 of those teams are even playoff candidates,
Right.
disgusting. Like the Falcons are like, how the fuck are we still in the playoff hunt?
I mean, speaking of the playoffs, Lions are outside looking in right now with our record. So
Yep.
we gotta figure that the fuck out. We gotta win this. This week's huge. We have to win this week.
Eat. Yeah, and I mean it's revenge week. We've been pissed off. We've wanted Green Bay for a minute. We lost to Green Bay last time we played them on Thanksgiving. Running back. I think we're the better team. I think we just have to not turn the ball over. Goff has to be able to get the ball out of his hand. I know we're in the dome. It's going to be two separate fucking games. This game is not even going to look close or remote to what last week was because they played two separate games in the dome or 2 weeks ago.
Yep.
In the dome where it felt like he had the double glove Teddy Bridge on, didn't come off his hands. That's like that's what worries me in the playoffs. But regardless, I think that he has a great game this week as long as he doesn't turn the ball over. Can we get JMO the ball a couple times? A couple times. I like to see JMO get a catch or two. He gets 4 targets, no catches all game. I love seeing Gibbs run down the field, but we got to get JMO the ball.
Agreed.
Yeah, we do.
Agreed.
Yeah, we do.
Falcons big win over the Saints. The Saints pretty much auto fade every week this so far this season. Kirk Cousins comes in and wins a football game. We kind of talked about it, how it was he's balling for his contract and who he's going to quarterback next year, because I think the Falcons are pretty locked into Michael Penix, even though he's kind of struggled a little bit this year. Kirk Cousins will find a job somewhere.
Penix has been hurt the last like 5 years.
It's so sad, dude. Like
He's been
everywhere
hurt
he
from
goes, he gets injured.
every
injured,
single
injured,
year
injured.
he gets hurt. And Atlanta was like, that's our guy.
We want that.
That's our guy. Yeah, we want him.
Wait, he's a lefty quarterback with a last name that might be male genitalia, one letter removed.
Yeah, penis and
Take
dick, dude. It's crazy. The craziest thing, I was thinking about that. I was like, it's because his name's almost penis. Yeah, we'll take him.
Yeah, keep him away. Never mind. We won't talk about that.
Yeah,
Cowboys 24, Eagles 21. Eagles come out strong and then just
That's that shit we
George-
like to see right there.
George Pickens looks like that dude when him and CD are on the field together, and
Dude.
it's kind of scary, truthfully.
Yeah, I'm glad they're 5-5.
Right.
But that offense looks a lot scarier once CD got back, obviously.
Yeah, we got to play him in a couple weeks.
And Ferguson gets 7 catches a game. The middle is, I mean, you have one of the best tight ends right now, top 3, top 4 tight ends. And you can put your best receivers on the opposite side and keep the safeties in their 2 shell and let Ferguson work linebackers as much as you want until they change. And then you get one-on-ones on the outside. Pick your poison. So I feel like they're extremely dangerous, but their defense hasn't been great all year. So they may have to score 30 points a game, but they could do it. But it's good to see the Eagles lose. I mean, fuck.
I mean,
Eagles.
I said it last week. I'll say
that
it
was
again.
beautiful.
They're
Go
not
ahead,
an
Dan.
8-win team. They just won 8 games. I don't know. That ain't it.
The Lions schedule coming up. Obviously, we play the Packers on the short week tomorrow. Then we get the Cowboys next Thursday. Then we get the mini bye going into the Rams game a couple weeks from now. We gotta, if we could go 2-3 or 2-1, 3-0, we're setting ourselves up for potentially 1 seed.
Yeah, I mean, we have to win. Right now, we're the 9 seed, which that doesn't get you in the playoffs. So we have to win this week. This week's huge. It's a big swing game. We beat the Packers. That also, we beat the Cowboys next week. That also gives us that tiebreaker over the Packers if somehow we end up with a tie at the end of the season.
Right.
So we need that. So I'm hoping Stafford gives us a little present when we go 2-0. Stafford's feeling bad for us. They're way ahead in first place. Nobody's catching them really. So pump the brakes.
Yeah, that's gonna be tough defense for that week.
Yeah, I mean,
Puka
you
and
get George Pickens, CeeDee
Devontae.
Lamb, and Puka and Devontae back-to-back weeks. That's tough for the secondary.
That's disgusting. Then we get Steelers, Vikings, Bears.
Steelers Vikings should be soft. I don't know what's wrong with JJ. He's fucking bad,
9
dude.
is looking like a 6 right now. A big
Bro,
old
Yeah.
When he played the Lions, though, he looked like a fucking 12. So
Yeah, he looked like a god in that fourth quarter, unfortunately.
most definitely. Bucks are on fraud alert. I've said this a couple times. They
Shut up.
they have a lot of wins.
They're hurt. They're so fucking hurt. It's unreal.
But look at the games that they've won. It's
It's their division. I mean, they can't control who they play, right?
Falcons by 3, Texans by 1, Jets by 2, Seahawks by 3. I mean, yikes.
All Doves. That's all I heard.
Yeah, and then they play real opponents. They lost to the Eagles, they lost to the Lions, they lost to the Patriots, they lost to the Bills, they lost to the Rams.
I mean, that sounds like a great matchup we want to see in the playoffs. That's what I'm hearing.
Right, amen.
Yeah, that
amen
sounds
to
great. You know,
Yeah, if we can draw the NFC South, that sign me up for.
we won't, but sign me
Right.
up if we could.
Right. You
What
guys
do you guys
got any
got for,
fun picks this week?
I'm not calling them fun. I mean, they're winners. You know, I'm tired of losing. I am
Big
tired
Debs.
of losing. These are all winners. So I'm just gonna get into it. Lions 2.5 winning. This one, I hope it loses. This is actually my loser bet, but I'm just mad at last week. Kansas City -3.5. The Colts should have won. The Colts choked. That was pitiful. So I'm hoping reverse psychology. I'll lose my $10 so Kansas City can lose too.
You did the same thing with
Bengals.
Ohio State, right?
Yeah, I did the same thing with Ohio State. Bet on them to win money line. I'll lose my $10 straight in
$1.50.
the soul.
Love it.
Okay, Lions 2.5, Kansas City -3.5, Bengals +7. I just think the Ravens aren't playing good. Joe Burrow's back, I believe.
Big Dick Joe's back.
So Bengals +7, also playing a little Jamar Chase money line on the back. Jamar Chase probably going to end up with 10, 12 catches, 170 yards, and 4 touchdowns because he's mad he spit in the guy's face and Joe Burrow's back.
20 catches.
And then Bears +7. I don't even remember who the Bears are playing. I think they might have been playing the Eagles.
They are playing the Eagles.
He hates
Bears
the Eagles that much.
It's not that I hate the Eagles. The Bears are playing good football. I looked and Bears are 8-3.
Weren't they a team that had a
So-
negative point differential?
Yeah, crazy. So
Fuck it. It's a lot of points. They
Plus
could lose
7.
by Tutty.
Okay, all right.
To interrupt, Michigan is currently up 27-14, whipping that ass with 14 minutes left in the first. Belt
you
the
love to see.
ass. Belt the ass in the championship. I got 4 picks. Lions and Chiefs, just like Dan. Lions -2.5, Chiefs -3.5. But I actually think the Chiefs are going to cover. No voodoo magic there.
boo.
Jacksonville 6.5 versus the Titans. I think they're super tank mode. They are absolute trash. Jags still have a chance. I think they get it done by a tutty. And Chargers -8.5. I didn't put who they play because I'm an idiot.
Raiders.
The Raiders, the worst team, one of the worst teams in the league. If they couldn't beat Shedeur Sanders and the Browns, they're gonna lose by at least a tutty to the Chargers. Give me the fucking Harbaugh Chargers 6.5.
I love it. I love it. We didn't really talk about Shedeur, but hey, QB1, he's here to stay. Just
We
kidding.
just need him to win one more game. He wins
What is-
next week. They might fucking sell out next year. Season ticket sellout.
All right. We're all 3 of us are on the same play, which means it's not good.
Fuck.
I'm on Chiefs to cover the spread against the Cowboys as well.
Yes, that's great.
Fuck. That
Great.
means the Chiefs won, bro. Chiefs won. If you're listening, fade.
I'm on 49ers -4.5 against the Browns. Again, I don't trust Shedeur, and the 49ers are getting rolling a little bit. Feed CMC and good things happen. They're getting healthy at the right time. 49ers will cover 4.5.
As long as
Dolphins
Purdy doesn't
minus-
throw 3 picks, sorry.
No, you're good. And that's the thing is they won by 11 and they had, I think, 3 or 4 turnovers. So not bad. Dolphins -6 against the Saints. Again, Saints, worst team in football, probably. The Dolphins seem to pick and choose when they can actually play football, and they're playing in a dome. So look for Tua to actually be able to throw the ball. Falcons -2.5 against the Jets. Kirk Cousins is playing for his next contract. That's as simple as it gets. And then I like the Broncos -6 in Washington this week. Washington has been a team that struggles with JD5 out, and the Broncos have a very good defense. If Mariota is one-dimensional, the Broncos might win by 2 touchdowns, let alone 1 touchdown. So Broncos -6.
Might be a little ladder action there. I like that play as well. I mean, Detroit made Mariota look bad, and Denver's defense is step or two above it, in my mind,
Amen.
especially on the back end.
Amen.
Denver's got the best defense in the league.
By far.
I like that play a lot. Might put me in
I
Miles
didn't even
Morgan.
realize. I didn't even see that game. Gotta be honest.
Gotta be sharp.
You're welcome, boys.
Dunny sharp. Dunny sharp. That nipple scratch going.
Good, good.
But he was comfy.
8-3 with a -3 point differential still.
That's crazy. Has that happened before?
No
Somebody-
idea.
8 wins. Still minus. Get their ass kicked and then barely win games.
Yep.
Tough one.
Hopefully, Detroit, Chicago like comes down in the last week, like Green Bay, Detroit did, because I feel like we'll be Gucci. I ain't worried about Chicago. I ain't worried about them.
Right, right.
Forget about it.
Oh, there are 2 defenses that haven't allowed 200 points so far this season. 3 defenses. Whoopsies. Can you name the 3?
Denver,
Denver is 1.
my part.
Probably the fucking Eagles.
Nope.
Oh. Seahawks?
That division, but no, not the Seahawks.
49ers.
Nope. Think about the best team in that division.
The Rams.
Rams.
Yeah, there you go. There's
The
2 of 'em.
Rams.
And then the third one is another team we talked about.
Oh,
earlier
good thing
in
we
the-
talked on all 32 teams, Jimmy. Hey.
All right, the Houston Texans.
Yeah, I wouldn't have got that. 100% wouldn't have got that. We lost Dan again.
No. Someone screenshot it.
Dan the man has lost his ways. Well, you got anything else, bro?
I don't. Go
All right,
blue.
well, go
Go
blue.
Lions.
Go blue tonight. Go Lions
Tomato.
tomorrow, and go Michigan Saturday.
Amen.
Be nice. I've been hearing Gonzaga is gonna be our killer. because
Right.
And we're up 13 right now. All right, we're gonna go watch the game. Go blue. Appreciate you. See you next week. Happy Thanksgiving.
I'm calling first touchdown. Go Monty. Go Pickens. And then in the final game, go King Henry. Let's go.
I love it. All right, boys.
right,
We'll
boys.
see you next week. Peace.
Another one for Tommy Boy. Another one for the world. Another one for the listeners. And maybe